is read to you the meditation that I wrote back in around Thanksgiving, which was based upon Philippians 3 and 4, which reminds us to be anxious for nothing and in all things to give thanks to God. And I said during that sermon that Paul told us his secret to living life without fear. And the secret was that we believe, according to Paul, we believe that God is with us. We bring all of our concerns to God in prayer. We give thanks. We focus our thoughts or meditate on what is true, what is noble, what is reputable, what is authentic, what is compelling, what is gracious, the best, not the worst, the beautiful, not the ugly, things to praise, not things to curse, and finally trust that we can endure all things through the power of God who gives us strength. And I wrote a meditation that I led us through in worship, and I'm going to read that meditation again. So whether it's fear of sickness or fear of financial difficulties that you're experiencing, or fear of maybe something that's going on with your loved one, fear of the future, fear of the unknown, well, whatever anxiety or whatever fear that you have today, I want to offer this to us all so that we can take a deep breath and do what Paul encourages us to do, which is to find our strength in God, to be anxious for nothing, and to keep our minds on God and what is true and what is noble and all those other things that Paul lists. So find a comfortable place if you're not already sitting in a comfortable place. And just experience being present for a few minutes as I read and take us through this. Of course, even when we memorize these things that Paul tells us, doing these things do not come naturally to us, especially when we are gripped with anxiety and worry. So let's together take some time to practice these words of Paul this morning. Because if we practice it here together, then I think it will allow us to find peace this morning, but it will also be easier to recall it if we're not currently living with anxiety the next time that we desperately need it. So for those of us who may be filled with anxiety, with worry this morning, I'm hoping that you'll experience the peace of God as I lead us through this today. So before we start this, I want you to ask yourself this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how filled with God's peace are you this morning? And 1 would be, there is not a single strand of peace in your body or mind that you can locate. 10 would be that you do not have a care in the world and there's a smile on your face. I say that because I'm pretty sure there are very few of us, if any of us, who are a 10 today. It might be an 8 or a 9, but to be at that 10 level, there may not be many of us. So I think we'll all benefit from this today. So if you don't think you'll fall asleep, I'll invite you to close your eyes. Otherwise, focus on something in your room that makes you feel peaceful. Maybe the candle that you lit. Maybe something that stands out to you as a devotional piece in some way, whatever it is that draws you in. And whether you choose to close your eyes or not, take a deep breath in through your nose, counting to 3. And then exhale out through your mouth, counting to 4. Again, in for 3. Out for 4. Let's do that for a few moments. In for 3 and out for 4. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Try to continue to breathe in deeply and exhale deeply, but no longer worry about counting the seconds. Now hear these words. God is with you. Think about that as you continue to breathe in and out. God is with you. God is in you. God is circling around you. The light of Christ is enveloping you. There is nothing you can do to receive it, and there is nothing that you've done that can prevent it. As certain as you feel the weight of your body on the seat you are sitting in, God is upon you as well. You are God's child, God's deeply beloved child. And God knows all your fears, all your worries, and all your cause for anxiety. God not only dwells in you, but God lives in your fears and your worries as well. And God is active in them. As these worries and these fears in your life come to mind, say to yourself silently, God, I am afraid of, or God, I am worried about, and you fill in the blank. God, I am afraid of. God, I am worried about. And simply name those things in your mind, knowing that God is present in all of them, and trusting that God has the ability to work even in the most terrible fears and realities. God, I am afraid of. God, I am worried about. Name those things. Continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth slowly. Now take a few moments to give thanks to God. If you're by yourself in your house and no one's around, speak those thanksgivings out loud to God. Let thankful thoughts arise from within you. And let God know what it is you are grateful for right now. If nothing else, let it simply be that God is present with you and God hears you. God, I give you thanks for. God, I am grateful for. As you continue to give silent thanks to God, begin to focus or meditate on what you believe is holy, right, pure, lovely, and all that is worthy of praise. Maybe for you it's God. Maybe for you it's a place in nature. Maybe it's something you really get joy from doing. You decide for yourself. Focus and think deeply about the holy, the right, the pure, the lovely, whatever you find worthy of praise. As you do, remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now repeat these words with me as I say them in your minds, or if you're alone, repeat them out loud. I can endure all things through God who strengthens me. Again, I can endure all things through God who strengthens me. I can endure all things through God who strengthens me. Allow that mantra to continue to repeat in your mind or out loud. I can endure all things through God who strengthens me. And now, as you are sitting there, ask yourself this question again. On a scale of 1 to 10, how filled with God's peace are you? You can open your eyes, and if you experienced a change in a good way, let me know what the first number was and before we did the meditation together and what it was afterwards. One person started with a 5 and ended with an 8. And notice the situation didn't change, just our focus in the midst of the situations. One person started with a 4 and ended with a 9.